Now, to unpack the week that was on your local markets is Andre Cilliers from TreasuryOne. Andre, many thanks for your time this afternoon. So the JSE this week, a little bit of a volatile week today, particularly bad, and we're seeing some of the culprits there being your industrials.
Yes, the industrials, but I think one should actually start at the beginning of the week, and then when one speaks about volatility, it's been a volatile week all over stock exchanges. If you go to America and you go and look at what the Nasdaq had done, especially the high-tech companies, you look at what the Dow has done, you look at what South Africa has done, you look at what the currencies has done in terms of the rand, in terms of the euro. It's been an all-round volatile week, but there's been substantial things that happened. And we must not forget that the stimulus package was signed into bill by Mr. Biden this week. So it passed through the Senate last weekend with small changes. That was ratified by Congress this week and then signed into a law and a bill by Mr. Biden this week. And then we also had the Federal Reserve coming out with their meeting or their statements, especially after the CPI figure came out in the middle of the week on Wednesday out of America. And in the run-up to that, we had seen that yields had increased quite a bit in the long end in America, and it was anticipated that there could be some inflation, but the inflation figure was a vital one, telling us whether we can expect interest rate changes and the changes in federal policy by the Fed. And that came out weaker than was expected, and that had brought a total change. We had seen the dollar losing value, where it had strengthened a heck of a lot in the run up to that. It weakened and gave up a lot of its gains over the week before that. And that caused all the volatility in stock exchanges and so forth. So I just want to put it into perspective, and that's why I said, you need to go and look at what actually caused this for the week throughout all the markets.
Right. So, Andre, let's move on to some company news that we saw coming out today. Aspen, that company has cut its debt, and now it plans to reintroduce its dividend. I mean, that's positive news for the shareholders, and quite significant that they've been able to bring it down to just at around 27 billion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. No, I think that's good news, especially if you look at how many companies are actually cutting dividends. Making an announcement that you're bringing back your dividend on board is certainly good news for investors, and then definitely a share that people would look at. But let's not forget, it was also said today that they will manufacture 300 million of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and should have that out by the end of June. So that was quite a lot of news, apart from just the company news surrounding dividends, etc. Also other news that puts the company in the spotlight. Certainly very good for them on that end.
Right, unfortunately, we've run out of time. Andre Cilliers from TreasuryOne giving us an update there of your markets day.